back. This is another pregnancy update, and I am really progressing along in this pregnancy. This will be for weeks 19, 20, 21. I just turned 22 weeks a couple days ago, and boy, is this moving fast. I feel just really excited. There's been so many changes going on. If you haven't seen my gender reveal vlog, I will leave the link to that down in the description below. But we found out that we are having a boy, and I mean, that was one of the most amazing days ever. It was so cool to be able to see the baby in my body. There's a human in there, and I mean, it was absolutely surreal. I just couldn't believe it. And I still, even today, I'm like thinking about it every single day, what he's doing. And it's so cool. A lot of people for a long time had been asking me, do you feel kicking? Do you feel kicking? And I'm like, I don't feel any kicking at all. I don't know why. I just don't feel it. And then in that 1 week, so week 20, that was the week that I got the ultrasound, I just started, I feel like everything changed that week. After we got the ultrasound, I feel like I started feeling kicking, and going to the ultrasound kind of made me be able to feel what the kicking was supposed to feel like, because I have never had a baby. I had no idea what I was supposed to be feeling for. I'm feeling like I should be feeling of like a full-on kick, but the baby is tiny, so it actually just feels like little flutters. Kind of feels like you have like gas or something like rumbling through your intestines, although because your uterus has moved up so much, you know that's not where your intestines are anymore, so it couldn't be anything other than kicking. But that little fluttering has just grown and grown and grown, and now I can truly feel when he is either kicking or moving positions. It's amazing. I feel it every day, all the time now, and I love it. If I pull up my shirt now at 22 weeks, you can actually see like my stomach moving out. It's very small and subtle, but it's totally visible. And a really special thing is having my husband be able to feel those things as well, because as a pregnant woman, you are feeling all these things all the time, constantly, 24 hours a day, and it's really nice to be able to share that with him, because he's not in my body and he doesn't know what it feels like, but when he can place his hand there and feel that the baby is moving or feel that it's kicking around, it's just lovely, and we're both like and crying. It's just the coolest thing ever. Yeah. There are some symptoms that have been coming about recently, probably in the last like 2-3 weeks, things that I kind of dealt with a little bit in the first trimester, but they've really come back now full force at this point, and they are dry skin. Dry skin. Why? I don't feel like a lot of pregnant women have this problem, but me, in my first trimester, I was itchy everywhere. I just felt like my skin was stretching and itchy, and I couldn't get relief. I tried so many lotions. With all the first trimester just smells bothering me and everything like that, I think I went through so many different kinds of lotions trying to find some relief, and I just never found it. Then the itchiness subsided for a little bit, and then it really came back with a vengeance recently, and I just couldn't sit still. I was always like hitting myself. I couldn't sit still, and as soon as I laid in bed, I was like, just so absolutely uncomfortable. But I want to share with you what has finally worked. I was looking online everywhere for dry skin remedies or pregnancy dry skin, and I just could not find anything. And so I decided that I would just try and make my own like DIY lotion, and this is what has been working for me. So I've been using a DIY lotion, which I'm about to show you, but in conjunction with like a regular body lotion. So the two body lotions that I've been switching between are this Truly Organic Super Lotion, which smells like a beach and smells lovely. I really like this. It's super thick, which is wonderful. I've also been switching between this Desert Essence Coconut Hand and Body Lotion, which is also really thick and very clean as well. It's only a 3 on the Think Dirty app. So between these two, I smell like I'm constantly on the beach, which is lovely. I'm also mixing those with this DIY cocoa butter coconut oil formulation that I put together. So basically what I did, I bought raw organic cocoa butter, which is hard as a rock, and I used 3/4 cups of the cocoa butter and 1/4 cup of organic unfiltered coconut oil, and I melted those down in a pan. If you try this, know that the cocoa butter is going to take forever to get out of the container if you live in a place that is not hot and tropical all the time. I feel like I bruised the inside of my hand trying to make this, just getting it out of the container. Anyways, once I got it out of the container, I melted it together in a little pot, and I then put it in the freezer until it kind of hardened again, and then I whipped it with like an electric mixer, and then I put it in here. And this smells lovely also. It smells like chocolate. It smells purely like chocolate. So these combinations, my skin is finally able to not be so itchy. I'm so happy that I found relief because, you know, when you have itchy skin or when you have anything that's constantly bothering you, you just can't focus on anything else. I just felt like Miss Itchy. I was just always in pain and itch. So thankfully, those things have really helped. Another symptom that has crept back in, which was a little bit of a problem in the first trimester, and now as every organ is just being pushed up, is constipation. And I know that this is like an unavoidable symptom of pregnancy. It's a horrible feeling, and it just doesn't compute because I eat so many fruits and vegetables, and I don't eat anything that would cause a normal person to be constipated. So it's very frustrating to me. I have done, in all honesty, a couple of water enemas, but I've read controversial things on whether you should do them while you're pregnant. But I also think I'd much rather just put water in my body than use a laxative, a chemical laxative, or a fleet enema, which is full of a bunch of chemicals. Water has got to be better than that. So I've done that a few times and it has helped. Another thing that has helped a lot is magnesium. And I have a real love-hate with this magnesium supplement that I'm taking. It is something that you take at night. So it helps you sleep better, which is great because that's another side effect that sometimes I have, just really restless sleep. I'm waking up 3, 4, 5 times a night to pee. And so the magnesium helps you sleep better, and it also helps you be able to eliminate your bowels in a good way and not feel constipated. So when I remember to take that magnesium, I definitely always feel much better in the morning regarding constipation and regarding sleeping better. But I also feel like it makes me so groggy when I wake up in the morning. I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. I just can't seem to get into the rhythm of my day because I'm so sleepy. So definitely a love-hate relationship with that. But I know as time goes by and I move into my 3rd trimester, a lot of people say magnesium is just a must. It's going to help your body, your muscles, your aches, your pains, your constipation, your sleeping. So I kind of just have resigned to the fact that I might need to add that. And then I just wanted to share what supplement I am taking while I'm pregnant. I'm not taking anything. Normally, when I'm not pregnant, I don't take any vitamins. If I'm low in B12, I will take B12, but I'm not low. And so what I'm taking is this raw prenatal vitamin from Vitamin Code. It's a raw whole food multivitamin nutritional support for mom and baby. It's vegan, it is non-GMO, raw, dairy-free, gluten-free. And it's just basically a prenatal multivitamin. I've been taking that since the beginning, and honestly, I feel no difference plus or against it or anything like that. I don't really believe in vitamins, but I also don't want to harm my baby. So this is what I've been taking throughout this pregnancy. I just wanted to share that because I don't think I've shared any of what I'm taking in any of my pregnancy updates thus far. Peeing is intense, like no joke peeing. I feel like every single time I pee, it's as if I have been holding my pee for a good 12 hours. And it is like intense. Yet I know I'm hydrated enough because it's always coming out completely clear, which is good. However, sometimes I have to pee so bad, I will just sit there for way too long, and it's like my muscles are just too contracted and I can't pee at all. It's such a weird feeling, and this is a new symptom that's crept up in the last couple of weeks, so yay. I feel like my belly is really starting to grow now. I feel a lot of fullness and pressure. Even like in my upper abdomen, I feel like that is starting to make space. Obviously the baby's not there yet, but I feel a lot of stretching and growing there. And I just feel full, like I've eaten a giant meal and I never digest it. So I really have had to be very careful about making sure that I'm actually eating enough in the day, because most of the time now my appetite has just skyrocketed downwards. I don't want to eat anything, and I just want to make sure that the baby is getting enough nutrients. Speaking of diet, my diet has been much more raw, which I'm really happy that I'm able to go back there. I finally am not grossed out by sauerkraut, which is awesome, which also will help with the constipation. And I'm glad that I can have that every single day for the probiotics, and it's just really good for your body. So finally, there's no aversion to that. Still huge aversion to coffee. I will never go back. I will use this video for myself if I'm ever tempted to remind me that I will never go back. And I have a slight sensitivity to garlic and onion, which is very weird because I absolutely adore garlic and onion. So I'm trying to just maybe have that like once a day so I don't get grossed out on it, because I don't want those things to leave my diet. I think they're very beneficial to your health, and I want to continue to have them. Regarding emotions, for the most part, I would say throughout this pregnancy, I've been very even-keeled. There's been a couple days when I've been sad or upset, but I had the mother of all days the other day. I was certifiably crazy, like crazy. I couldn't stop crying. I was angry. Well, let me start over. First, I woke up that day and I was fine. I felt happy, everything was good. I woke up and I went downstairs and there was a giant pile of dog poop and pee, like they just peed through the entire living room. So that kind of started the tone of the day badly. Then I was doing some yoga and I just started crying. I couldn't stop crying. And then I just felt extremely overwhelmed. I'm working on this big project right now with self-imposed deadlines and I had so many things to get done that day. And all I could do was cry, and I was making myself more upset because I knew the time I was wasting while crying, I was not doing the things that needed to be done for that day to get this project done by the deadline, and it was a disaster. My poor husband on that day, he's just like, what in the world is wrong with you? Who took my wife? Where did she go? She is crazy. We got in arguments and fights, and I cried more and more, and the day was just a waste. It was an absolute waste. But I have to say, since then, I feel like I'm better. I hope I'm better. And I hope that doesn't happen again, but I also know that it possibly will. And he was so sweet because he's like, when that happens again, how do you want me to respond? And I was like, I don't know. Such a weird thing because you just know that it's not really you causing those emotions. It's just hormones. So, which makes me realize that just this last week, even in the last quarter of the week of 21 and into 22, I must have been going through some big changes, or the baby must have really had like a new hormonal surge and growth surge, because there was just so many things going on, and that day was just, hopefully it will not repeat. I'm starting to feel like now is the time that we should start to maybe think about what we need to buy for the baby, and at the same time, I feel like that needs to be on hold because we don't live in our own house and we don't have any place to put those things. I really want to know what the heck is going on with our lives in the next couple of months, but there are no answers right now. So buying the baby things to me is just going to have to wait. I still have plenty of time. I think if I do this, start shopping or grabbing some baby things by August, that still gives me a couple of months, so I can totally do that. I'm just a planner ahead of time, and I would love to know what's going on in life, but life doesn't want to let me know right now. So those are the last 3 weeks for me. Just a little bit roller coastery, very, very wonderful. I love that I can feel our baby moving every day. It's like I have this little partner with me everywhere I go, and they say that in week 22, the baby can start to hear more, and even though their eyes are still closed, they can sense light and dark. So this is really becoming like a human. It's always been a human, but really becoming this tiny thinking child inside of me, and that is just so trippy to think there's another human inside of you. How did I get in here? It's just crazy. So yeah, if you guys have anything to add to what you're going through in these weeks, let me know down below. I just find it so strange that all the symptoms can be generally, like all pregnancies are kind of the same, but everybody has these individual symptoms that are so weird and just crazy. So, oh, one more symptom I forgot to mention, bumps. I have bumps on my arm. I don't know why. They've been there since the beginning of the pregnancy. And they're a little bit like under my boob. And I had researched with my midwife something called PUPS, which is a condition that you can get in the 3rd trimester. And it basically has to do with toxicity levels in your body. So I'm very sure that that is not me, but I also don't know why these little bumps have come. But I also think they might be related to the dry skin thing that I talked about earlier. Anyways, who knows? I'm just rolling with it. The cocoa butter has been really helping, so that's good. Last but not least, let's see the belly. So this is my belly now. It is just large. It doesn't really have the shape of a bump too much yet. It's just quite big. From the front, it looks like I just had like 5 sodas and I need to burp. But that's what it looks like, so that's what it will be. I imagine that I will just continue to get larger and larger. It's getting harder for me to bend over just because I feel like I have this lump in my stomach, and I do, and it's called a baby. And seatbelts in the car are starting to be in an annoying place at the bottom of my belly. And if I'm leaning back too far, I have to like grab something to pull myself up. My back is truly in pain. If I've done too much in one day, by the afternoon, it's just burning. I know I mentioned that in the last pregnancy update, but it's really just intense. So stretching, yoga wheel are really the only thing that provides that relief. So I just need to make sure that I do that every single day. Lying down completely flat really helps. And we're going on a huge road trip soon, so I'm a little nervous about that factor. But I'm just gonna bring the yoga wheel with me, and if I need to pull over on the side of the road and stretch, I will just have to do that. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. Everything is good. For the most part, everything is great. Let's talk down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.